Chapter 17. What now? Back up to the Deepar fortress, hours later, Xyanthor has no contact from Orpheon at all, no calls replied via the communication spell, making Xyanthor think that Orpheon and the rest of the net robots are also down. The communication spell is a universal spell many use to contact anyone at any time. Xyanthor and his allies have this, but the spell will cut off if the one on the other side is dead. Xyanthor alongside his servant Mollug entertained the idea that this was the doing of this new legion. With Dian tied to it, making the legion their biggest problem, there has been no bigger obstacle in the way of the energy sources he wants as tricky as this since 100 years ago. Xyanthor does not like it when his allies fail. Even the Flamos from earlier stated that they quit this power-searching quest, hoping to find their peace. But due to being powerful beings who actively fight, Xyanthor killed them all. Even back in the present, a jaw-sharp, a shark-like humanoid with weapons which are brass knuckles with a decent blade attached to the top, was hoping to assassinate Xyanthor, but Mollug sees this and uses a powerful spell to take down Jaw-sharp. Xyanthor to finish him off using his heavy-bladed shoes, squishing him. With this happening, a decent plan needs to be formed, involving everyone in the Deepar fortress. It is not just a power search, it is also finding out how to take down the Legion, and perhaps Earth too. Back to Earth, Zami is sitting on the beach, but this time, Nicole comes to join him now that Nicole checked her injury from earlier, helping the serviceman with first aid too. Nicole also comes to say well done to Zami for helping Nicole and the others for all sorts, even seeing Zami as a proper member and seeing potential in the future. Who knows what else the teamwork can lead to. Later in this chat, Dian slowly flies downwards, landing softly on the beach's sand. Nicole and Zami stand up quickly in surprise and go up to Dian. Dian states he doesn't have long because he needs to be ready for the next time he is needed. He quickly comes to say that he considers himself to be a temporary Legion member as he is replying to Nicole's text from earlier after the battle was finished. If Dian is needed all around the universe, then he won't always be around, but he will help them if the Legion truly needs him. But Dian overall thanks the Legion, and then zooms in the air as if nothing can beat his sound-breaking speed. Dian also mentioned to the Legion that Netro can be used for simpler purposes like melting it to paint on top of objects to make it harder like some weapons. Or other uses like forming the body of vehicles or even forming metallic bars for scaffolding. He doesn't want it to be manipulated into other technology. It could mislead anyone into thinking they can do whatever with it only to let them down later. Such as the fact that Netro is sensitive to other forms of energy other than its lasers it can produce. Netro needs to remain in the stars for them to shine, not a resource that could be used to try and be more powerful than other races. And this the Legion will explain to the other leads of Earth too. Meanwhile, in the base, Pod and Arvin see Dian fly as they both look out the window. Mike then joins Pod and Arvin after checking to see if Retron is okay after getting blasted away by a nearby shot, even damaging his metallic legs. Mike then goes on to ask about Pod trying to leave earlier. Pod apologizes and considers unless it's a more serious situation, he cannot see himself leaving. The Legion and he needs each other, and the entirety of the universe's peace needs him. Just like every other Legion member. Mike is glad to see the Legion make such a great step, and it is about to get greater. Mike receives a notification that the President is about to enter the base, and Mike goes to notify Nicole and Zami about this as well. And so, at the Legion building, the Legion sees the President, arriving in a smart green shirt and a greatly designed wheelchair, capable of going up hills and adapting to slippery surfaces. It was due to a past hostage situation where he lost his legs, but his leadership skills still flow like water, and as the leader of the whole planet, he grants the Legion to be an official team, no longer an experiment. He says hello to every Legion member. Only familiar with Nicole considering the President has not only granted Nicole as captain but her ancestors too, who were soldiers just like her and past ancestors, going as far back as time before World War I. The President talks about how her past family would be very pleased with her so far, and Nicole would like this success to be well known one day when the whole universe is ready for the Legion. Thanks to Mike and the President catching up. The President becomes more optimistic about each Legion member despite being aliens, but after talking with them, the President does see great future potential for them all, seeing them alike well-behaved human beings, even if they're not.